to Business Building Workshop from Certainteed. It's called the BBW. We are in New Orleans. I'm Heidi Ellsworth, and I have to tell you, what a day. What a day. It's been so much fun. We've already had our podcast class, and now we're bringing contractors in to tell their stories of why they're here and what they're getting out of the day. And I am so excited to introduce Scott with GSAS Construction Group. And Scott, introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us where you're out of. Tell us a little bit about your business.
My name's Scott Huffman. Me and my business partner Justin. We own GSAS Construction Group. Our office is based in Walker, Louisiana.
Nice.
You want me to kind of
Yeah.
share how
I
we got
would
started?
love to
Okay.
hear how you got started.
I have been in the roofing business for about 5 years. I started off with another company doing sales and project management. During that time, roofing afforded me the opportunity to set up a company of my own to flip houses and do renovations and stuff
Nice.
like that. I started off, uh, GSAS actually stands for Gavin, Savannah, Aiden, Silas, which are my kids, but
Oh
I
my God,
started
I
off
love that.
doing flips and renovations.
Yeah.
And as time went on and I got further along in the roofing thing, I decided to kind of branch off on my own and add roofing to GSAS, and that's what I did. I went and got my licenses, and
Love
we
it.
added roofing to our service items at the end of 24.
Okay.
And so we actually just made like kind of a full first year with roofing
Yeah.
at GSAS, and it's been pretty remarkable. We've got a solid team, a good group of guys, and I have a solid business partner.
I love it. So how has 2025 been? How busy?
It's been very busy,
Love it.
just with any business, you have a lot of ebbs and flows, right?
Right.
And I learned a lot of very important lessons over the past year. Like we had a great year in terms of like our first year doing roofs. We did a lot of roofs.
Yeah.
We had a lot of business, but we also learned a lot of tough lessons.
Yeah.
And so I'm thankful that we did learn those lessons because that's gonna help us build moving forward.
Yeah, that I think is so important because you don't know what you don't know,
Correct.
right? Sometimes when you get out there, although I have to tell you, flipping houses, I am obsessed with it. I love that. I love seeing the before and
Oh
after.
yeah.
It's so fun. But roofing is just so important, that protection that you're offering to everyone. So even bigger, the protection for your business. Talk to us a little bit about the class. I know you took one class on profitability,
Correct.
and talk to us about some of the classes and why you're here today for those.
Well, I actually, since I've been in the roofing industry, Certainteed has always been my go-to shingle.
Love it.
Um, our rep is Wayne. I have a really good relationship with Wayne, but Certainteed, for a plethora of reasons, has always been my shingle of choice. Um, Today, the class that I took was increasing profits using good, better, or best, and essentially, it's actually something for me to think about because you get into the hustle and bustle of things, you don't often take the time to upsell, and
Right.
and so landmark is pretty standard for what people put on houses these days, especially in this area. But there are Landmark Pro, there's Belmont, there's other
Yeah.
brands to use, and offering that to the homeowner, kind of setting yourself aside from your competitors who only offer one line,
Yes.
and then so presenting those up. So when you get either a retail job or an insurance job, going to the homeowner and say, hey, look, this is what we're going to put on based on what you have now, or what insurance says,
Right.
whatnot. But here's the other options, and setting yourself apart from your competitors using those options.
Which is one of the reasons you're so busy, right? Differentiating your company, providing that kind of performance in the
Hmm.
product. One of the things that so I'm from the Pacific Northwest, and I think we have beautiful architecture, but it's nothing. It's nothing compared to what's down here in the South.
Yeah.
I mean, your architecture is so beautiful. And I would think those higher end products that Certainty puts out there, the one, they look like slate, you have just beautiful, beautiful profiles
Hmm.
that a lot of people probably are looking for that.
Yeah, I definitely think, especially in the New Orleans area, with the rich history and the aesthetic of the city, those different lines would paying out well here, especially in downtown French Quarter area.
Yeah.
It kind of matches the aesthetics of the city.
It does. It
Hmm.
does. I mean, you guys, it's so beautiful down here.
Yeah.
Now, how far out of New Orleans is your company?
So we're in Walker, which is right outside of Baton Rouge.
Okay.
So I guess from here, max an hour to
An
get
hour.
there.
Okay.
Depending on if people are driving like they need
Everything.
to be or
Yeah.
not. But in Louisiana, we all drive like
Kind
maniacs.
of fast, kind of
Yeah.
fast. Well, to me, what Certainty is doing by moving these business building workshops across the country, it gives you an opportunity. You only had to drive an hour or so
Correct.
to be able to really spend the time today to network not only with your local rep, but with a lot of contractors across the region.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I've enjoyed the most. We had the networking meeting last night, and as a business owner, you of course you see your competition in town, but you don't often have that opportunity. Like for example, there's a lot of guys here that I'm friends with on Facebook. I know that they do good work. I've heard their reputation, but you don't always get an opportunity to rub elbows with them, right?
Right.
And I really enjoyed having that opportunity to get to know those guys, develop that relationship. For to be successful in this business, you have to have relationships with other companies,
Right.
and
You
it's
do.
not competition. It's only competition if you're not doing anything, right?
Right.
But
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I've called on other roofing companies for support,
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
have those relationships in place and be able to develop those relationships is very helpful.
Yeah, and you have contractors here who are all using Certainteed, who are all you can speak the same language.
Correct.
Like, how's this working for you? What do you see here? All those different things, and I do love the classes. What are you looking at for this afternoon? Any ideas?
I can tell you on my phone. I
Okay,
haven't
because
memorized them.
they have an amazing app, and I'm kind of glad that we did this because the app is puts everything out. We've been following it
I
across the
have
board.
this evening lined up. Hang on one second. We go to my courses.
Okay, there you go.
Um, so the future of roofing replacements after storms, how AI will redefine the insurance restoration,
That's
and
huge.
then how to leverage financing to maximize every estimate. I'm gonna tell you the AI and the financing thing are two very important topics right now. Every conference that I've been to lately, the focal point is building your future proof company, meaning like adapting with times. AI.
Yeah,
If you're not implementing AI, you're going to get left behind. That's
you
just
are.
point blank period.
Yep.
Financing, with the way that these insurance laws are being passed and the trajectory in which insurance is
Yep.
traveling,
Yeah.
um, retail heavy is going to be the wave of the
The future.
future. Everybody's going to move from an insurance restoration based model to heavy retail,
So yeah,
and
because
so financing, because let's just be frank, your average homeowner doesn't have $20,000 sitting around for a roof.
no,
So if you're not offering financing, you're going to get left behind,
yeah,
you know?
I think that you are spot on. That financing is so important, especially in conjunction with what insurance is or isn't doing anymore, and it's all changing every day. And being in a hurricane area that you
Yeah.
guys get hit, it's more important than ever.
Right, and Louisiana, we haven't had a very impactful storm in several years, really since Ida, to be quite honest
Yeah.
with you, which is a good thing for everybody,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But in this business, everybody thrives during time storm. Nobody wants a storm to come here. Nobody wants to get destroyed by a hurricane. But I mean, let's just be honest. That's how the roofing industry set up. Hail, wind,
Yeah.
hurricanes and stuff like that. So we haven't had a really impactful storm. But there's still enough work out there. People's roofs are aging every year,
Yeah.
and so whether
Exactly.
they want to replace it because, hey, it's time to get a new one, and insurance is now saying, if your roof is over 10 years old, you're getting an ACV policy.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
if you get a new roof, we'll lower your premiums. You
Yes.
know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that are I guess a catalyst for why people would replace their roof outside of just a storm.
And I heard someone earlier, another contractor say, would you rather replace your roof now and do it the right way and then not be the one who can't get someone to fix their roof after a storm?
Correct.
And I think that's what a great message.
Yeah.
Have it right now so that it can
Yeah, be
withstand the
prepared.
storm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, if you look at it in Houma and Thibodeau area,
Yeah.
before Ida, a lot of those roofs had been replaced. Um, and so Ida hit, a lot of those roofs stayed intact,
They're all
you know?
fine.
And so throughout after Ida and after a couple of the smaller storms that have come through, I know that people have gone out, including myself, trying to pick up business out there. But guess what? All those roofs were dang near replaced, and they didn't need
They
roofs
did it.
because they have a new roof, and they withstood the storm.
Right. And it keeps business flowing, which we want. Business flowing and having people protected before the storm. So
Yeah.
I love it. Scott, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So great
Thank you
to
for
meet
having
you.
me.
Thank you. And we'll look forward. We'll be seeing you, I'm sure, on the coffee shop
Yep.
following us.
Yes.
We are going to be back with more stories, more information about this BBW and about the awesome contractors who are here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.